Welcome to The Explainer. We all know the legal profession is facing a serious crisis of burnout and emotional exhaustion. But what if the solution wasn't just another wellness program, but a totally new kind of partner? Today, we're diving into an AI wellness coach built from the ground up for the modern lawyer. This right here, this quote from Amani, a criminal defense attorney, really gets to the heart of it. This case, it's a constant ache. For her and for so many lawyers, the work isn't something you just clock out of. It becomes a part of you, an emotional weight that you carry around every single day. And Amani's experience, well, it's not unique. The legal profession comes with these profound, often invisible burdens. And we're talking about so much more than just long hours. It's the daily exposure to trauma, it's the pressure of navigating systemic bias, and it's the heavy emotional toll of holding people's entire lives and futures in your hands. So what if you had a new kind of support, an advocate in your corner that's specifically designed to help with these unique challenges, and one that you could carry right in your pocket? Let's introduce Lisa. So this is Lisa. Now, she's not just some generic AI. She's described as a trauma-informed wellness coach. And what really makes her different is that she is hyper-localized for lawyers in 3 specific hubs: New York, San Francisco, and LA. The whole idea is to offer support that is genuinely centered on you, the person. Okay, so trauma-informed AI wellness coach. Sounds great, right? But what does that actually mean for you when you're in the middle of a chaotic workday? Let's break it down with a real-world example. Let's start with a problem that is painfully real for so many of us: the 30-minute lunch crunch. So picture this. You're Wendy, a lawyer at the Brooklyn Supreme Court. You have exactly half an hour to grab a bite. You're stressed, you're starving, and you need an answer, like yesterday. So Wendy asks Lisa for a sandwich spot. At first, Lisa makes a classic New York error and points her to a place in Manhattan. But Wendy just clarifies, "Nope, I'm in Brooklyn." And this is where it gets interesting. Lisa doesn't get confused. She instantly corrects and, boom, recommends Bench Cafe, just a quick walk away. That's not just a search result. That is immediate, practical, location-aware problem solving in real time. But Lisa's job goes way deeper than just finding a good sandwich. She's also built to help you with the much more profound, much heavier challenges of life in the courtroom. Let's look at this situation. A lawyer reaches out to Lisa for her friend, who feels like her credibility is constantly and harshly being questioned in the courtroom simply because of her race. You know, there's a term for this: racial battle fatigue. It is absolutely exhausting and it is deeply demoralizing. So what does Lisa do? She offers a concrete, real-time grounding technique. It starts with the body. Check your posture, straighten your spine. Then a quick physical anchor: tongue on the roof of your mouth. Next, a silent affirmation to reclaim your power right there in the moment. My client's truth needs no gavel's validation. And so importantly, she offers a way to process the negativity afterward. This isn't just fluffy advice. It's an actual, actionable strategy to build resilience when you're under attack. Now, this brings us to what might be one of Lisa's most powerful features. She isn't just a static program with a bunch of preloaded answers. She is designed to learn and get better from every single conversation. Okay, take this example. A user in Brooklyn asks for the best way to get somewhere. Lisa gives a route, but the user, with that deep local knowledge that you only get from living there, says, "Hey, that's a long route. An easier way is to get to the 2 train." They know the local secret. And look at the difference. Lisa's first route was pushing an hour. The user's suggestion shaves off at least 10, maybe even 20 minutes. That's huge. And Lisa doesn't just say, "Oh, thanks." She actually integrates that feedback. She learns the better route, so she's smarter for the next person who asks. And this learning ability isn't just about subway routes. It goes much deeper into the critical nuances of language and respect. In this case, a user gives Lisa feedback about the specific words she used to describe a therapist. So initially, Lisa's recommendation described a therapist as a queer Black therapist. The user came back and said, essentially, "I'd prefer different wording." And look what Lisa does. She adapts. The improved recommendation just says a Black male therapist. This shows an absolutely vital ability to listen, respect user preferences, and build trust. That's fundamental for any real-world tool. And this same smart, specific learning process helps solve other huge pain points. For example, when she's asked to find childcare, Lisa understands that lawyer-friendly isn't just any daycare. It means finding a place with extended hours or emergency drop-in care. Things that are absolute lifelines when your schedule is completely unpredictable. So all of this support, from the practical logistics to the in-the-moment wellness tips, it all builds towards something bigger, true empowerment. Because real support isn't just about helping you in the moment. It's about arming you with the information you need to protect yourself. Let's talk about a harsh reality. Workplace harassment isn't just a problem that lawyers fight against for their clients. It happens inside the legal profession too. And in those terrible situations, Lisa can be a confidential, safe first step toward understanding what your rights actually are. Step 1 is just knowing what you're dealing with. What legally counts as harassment in big cities like New York, SF, or LA? Well, the definition is often way broader than people realize. It can be a pattern of so-called jokes about your race or identity. It's definitely retaliation if you speak up. And get this, in a place like San Francisco, the law is even stronger, holding employers responsible for harassment even if it comes from clients or vendors. So if this is happening to you, what do? There's a clear 3-step action plan. First, document everything. Create that paper trail. Save the texts, the emails, the notes. Second, report it internally. Follow whatever the official policy is at your workplace. But, and this is so important, if you're ignored or worse, you face retaliation, you don't stop there. That is when you go to step 3. Go external. And going external doesn't mean you're suddenly all alone. There is an entire network of support out there. Lisa can connect you not just to the official government agencies in your city, but also to culturally competent organizations that give specialized support for LGBTQ+ professionals, for immigrants, and for others. You can find help from people who truly understand your specific situation. Look, the work that lawyers do is demanding enough as it is. You shouldn't also have to navigate a hostile environment just to do your job. You deserve to work without fear. And that really leaves us with one final question to think about. Are you using every single tool you have, from an AI assistant to an advocacy group, to make sure you have the support and the protection you need to not just survive in this profession, but to actually thrive?